guys, we're here at First Baptist in Magnolia, and we've just finished the audio, video, and lighting for this new fantastic youth facility here. So I want to show you first the sanctuary system and what we've done in there, and we'll go out from there. Over here in the sanctuary, what we've got is we opted to do 2 racks here in the sound booth. First one for our wireless, second one for our power amps and processing. And the reason that we've done our power amps here is because if you look toward the stage, we don't have much of a distance to cover. So we just put all control here in the here in the sound booth. So we'll start out with our Furman sequencer. We've got an M8S sequencer that starts up with our wireless here first. Of course, we've got Shure in-ears, we've got Shure SLX handheld and belt pack with Countryman, and then we've got our Gator drawer to hold it all. And then over here, what we've done for power and processing, the DBX Drive Rack Venue 360 gives us stereo main, stereo sub, and 2 extra outputs for distributed audio, which we're using. And then of course we're using Electro Voice Dynacord amplifiers. We've got an 1800 on top for our 2 floor wedges, and then we've got the 3600s driving our mains and our subs. Up top here we've got the MyDMX RM, which is a great little unit, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. The client insisted on the Behringer X32, which we haven't done much in the X32. We're a big fan of Allen and Heath and Soundcraft, but we've kind of gotten a liking to the X32 in this process because we built the X32 with 2 S16 snakes and a P16D to feed our 4 P16Ms there on the stage. So let's walk up to the stage, and first you'll notice that we use what we really love these speakers. These are TOA Electronics HX7s in black. These are extremely wide dispersion, high articulation speakers. They are not horn loaded. They have waveguide drivers, so it's just very, very low reverberance in the room, just real clear articulate speakers and powerful. We did something a little bit different on the floor here. We did JBL ASB series subs. We don't get to do a lot of these because these suckers are premier subs, but it is extremely low, tight bass. It's just really, really, it's worth the investment to get a really good sub. You get the aural bass in the room that makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck. So here's our 2 S16s, and we've got our P16D there on top. And we've actually run in our pocket boxes here on the stage, we've run our power over Ethernet to all of our boxes. Let's go to one here that's not full. We've got, let's go to one that has, these 2 have the outputs for the floor wedges, and all the rest have outputs for the P16s. So within the box here, we've got 2 power over Ethernet connections coming from the P16D to drive power and the channels to the P16Ms. On the other side, we've got electrical on the bottom on all of them. But on the other side, on all of them, we've got 4 combo jacks, Neutrik combo jacks. You don't see a lot of these in pocket boxes, and we had to special order these because you don't have a lot of use for 1/4 inch and XLR in a stage box. However, if you notice, we are within 20 feet with all of our pocket boxes of the S16s. That being said, we can theoretically and practically, we can plug in an instrument cable directly into this stage box without using a direct box. And we've tried it. The keyboard here, his iPad running his tracks with his tracks and click, all plugged straight in to the combo jacks. No hum, no buzz, no loss of signal. So that is a great solution for us. we've got community because of the size of the stage, or the lack of size of the stage. We've got community M8, MX8 floor wedges, 8-inch two-way, horns on top, very space efficient, but very powerful. And let's move on to lighting. As far as lighting goes, we've done all Chauvet. These are Chauvet Professional Colorado ones. And then we've got a couple of Chauvet moving heads in there as well. All of them are digitally zoomable, RGBAW. And so a lot of versatility within the lighting system. As I said, we're driving everything with MyDMX by American DJ, but we're running a MyDMX RM to provide really ease of use, so they can actually program up to 14 scenes, lighting scenes, in just a simple button format. And so someone can come in and actually just push a button. In fact, let me do it for you. If you'll stay here, and I'll just come over here and I'll push just a random, that's number 6. And you can see what we've got going on. That's number 1. We've got a nice thing happening there. So we've got all the different scenes programmed in here, and then of course number 16 is a blackout. So, so that's actually a lot going on in a very simple format. That's kind of what we're about, is building as much technology as is needed or wanted in the most simple format and interface as possible. So I think we've accomplished that. We've got a new iMac in the back with ProPresenter 7. ProPresenter 7 gives them the ability to stream from their presentation software, but it also gives them the ability to import camera and do overlays, but that's all future tense in this facility, but they are ready for that. But what we're doing is we're coming out of ProPresenter 7 there, and we're going primarily to an Optima 5000 lumen laser, 5200 lumen laser projector here on top of the truss for this daylight perm wall, high contrast perm wall screen that we've got filling up with space back here. We will have a confidence monitor. There's an electrical connection that was just installed about an hour ago that we'll be putting a 75-inch confidence monitor there for service countdowns, lyrics, things like that. That ProPresenter does so well. Let's talk about some of the distributed systems that we've done from this system. We'll start with video. We've got video that's actually going out from the iMac 2, one to the projector, but we're also going to a lot of HD base T split-offs. One of the split-offs is actually coming back to here, and we'll talk more about this space in just a minute, but we've got a utility closet back here. And we've installed this handy-dandy 8-space wall rack, and you can see up here on top is a 1:4 HD base T, all Kramer. Kramer or Hall Research. Those are our brands when it comes to video, just because you just cannot gamble with video. I mean, Amazon just doesn't cut it when you really need it to work. So Kramer and Hall Research are our brands. But we opted to go with Kramer because as far as HD base T, they seem to have the corner market on that. So we've got one coming here, and you can see our input light and all of our output lights are lit up. That's always good. But I'll show you what we're feeding out here. Like I said, eventually there'll probably be a camera involved, and the camera will be distributed out to these displays. In the meantime, they've got it as kind of an extended display from what's going on with the projector. So we've got 175 LG here, one there, and then we've got one outside on the porch area that's under a cover. All of these are fed by HD base T to HDMI receivers, and all of that works like it's supposed to. So there's a theory, if you throw enough money at something, that it's going to work. And that's partly true. It's as long as you throw it in the right place. So we threw it at Kramer, and Kramer always comes through. So let's talk about distributed audio, and that's a whole other thing for us. As I said, we've got the Venue 360 that's got a couple of extra outputs on it. One of the outputs is actually feeding to this room as well, and that's the other things that we were looking at. Within the rack, we've got 2 more Dynacord amplifiers. So we got Dynacord all over the place. Dynacord is our new favorite amplifier because of the internal processing. When they say, you know, these are 2 1300s, it will feed as much of that 1300 watts as any other amplifier that we've used. It is true power. And when you first turn them on, both the high-speed fans kick on for about 10 seconds, and you know they mean business. You think it's going to take off for a second. But so we've got these 2 amps, and we've got our JBL commercial mixer. This is a CSM 32. It's 3 sources, 2 outputs. We've got a lot of processing going on in here in the middle. But what's great about these, Keith, if you'll turn my light back on. We've got an automatic light back here. There we go. All right, so these CSM, the CSM 32 mixer allows you to do remote switching. So I can switch between 1, 2, and 3, or I can turn it to remote. I've got Cat 6s run all the way to the foyer, 2 Cat 6s, to be able to control these 2 zones, do switching and volume control. So we've got the 2 amplifiers, one feeding the lobby and another feeding the porch. So let's go ahead and look at what that is that they're feeding. So up here in the ceiling, we've got a JBL pendant speaker here. We've got one there, one there, one there. We've got 5 total here in the building, and they sound really, really good. We've got 3 more out on the porch area. That's the separate zone. Here's our 2 remotes that I was talking about, the CSR 2 SVs, 2 sources, and volume control. So we can actually extend the audio from the sanctuary and adjust the volume, or we can switch to our handy dandy little Bluetooth receiver here that also has an auxiliary input. And this actually is a very powerful Bluetooth receiver. We actually get it doesn't break up until we get well out of the this initial area here. So, but we've got we can select either one of those for either spaces and adjust the volume there. So, great little setup right there. And let me think. I think that's it. But anyway, this has been a really good experience for us. Everything kind of went really well. It's been one of those kind of jobs where everything kind of clicked. Partly because we used all JBL speakers except for the TOAs, and we used all Kramer for video, all Behringer for the mixing and processing. So when you do things like that, things tend to work together. And but it's just come out really, really good, just as we planned. And I think it's going to serve the church here for years to come. They'll be able to do conferences in here for any age group, not just youth ministry. And so I think it's going to be really good. As always, we would love to do something like this, or even a part of this, for your church or organization. We serve churches primarily, but we also serve schools. We serve businesses with background music and things like that. We do all kinds of commercial audio, video, lighting, control systems. We do a lot of conference rooms, automations, and things like that. And then we do networking. If you're doing a new construction, we will network the building for you. So if you want us to do anything like this for you, we'd be happy to give you a free estimate. We are Bensberg Technologies at www.bensberg.tech, BENSBERG.tech, and you can go on there and fill out an online form, contact us form, and let us know what we can do for you. Or you can call me directly, 870-814-0714. Thank you.